It's been 97.8, Jake with you on your Thursday, and it's not just me in the studio today. We've got two very special guests. We've got Sammy Porter and George Mensah. Thanks for coming in, guys.
What's happening?
How you doing?
How's it going? How's the flight over and stuff?
Yeah, all good. I mean, I slept the whole thing, but I don't think he was so lucky.
I definitely didn't.
George was watching some drama unfold.
Do you know what? I caught up with Serena Williams and Venus Williams, like true life movie thing.
What?
How was it? What's it called? King Richard. Yeah, it was decent.
Yeah,
really good. Never seen it before. So that was me. Didn't make any music or didn't do anything of.
Love it.
Nothing productive now. I mean, I was asleep before we took off, so I'm all good on that one.
So while you're both here, let's start off by talking about LoveJuice. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
15 years ago. Is it? It's 15 now. It's 15 this month. He came to me with an idea, said I'm going to call an event LoveJuice, and I thought, you're mad. That's a crazy name. But yeah, then it started as a weekly. I think he'll probably elaborate a bit more, but a weekly from there. For how many years was that?
We did a weekly at it's known for Towie now at a club called Sugar Hut.
Right.
For 2 years, in 2007 to 2009, and then the club burnt down, and then we kind of took it on the road, and then just gradually kept building and building, and yeah, next thing you know, We Are Festival came calling, V Festival came calling, and it kind of transformed from being this sort of like local club brand into more of like a dance music brand.
Love it.
And then we moved into just basically the house music space in London, and yeah, the rest is kind of history.
It's gone from there. It's crazy how time, for like 15 years as well.
15 years, yeah. It doesn't. I think for a lot of people, because it's the brand sort of transitioned a few times.
Yeah,
it feels fresh. So when I say that to people, they're like, "Wow, I thought you guys were maybe 2 or 3 years old."
That's it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been a minute.
Oh,
it also shows our age if we say 15 years. Like, it shows how long we've been doing this.
We started at 10. We started at 10.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. So, Sammy, let's start off. One of my sort of standout tracks that I've heard of yours was Talking Like Friends. Was that 2019, 2018?
I'm glad you knew the year, because I don't think I do. Yeah, me and Liv Dawson.
Yeah,
I think that was 2018 potentially.
Because the
don't
reason
quote me on that. It might be wrong.
The reason it stands out is the lyrics really hit. I can't say too much on the radio, but I was doing a sort of relationship that sort of spoke to it, and what was the inspiration behind it?
It was designed for that. It's written by Caitlin Scarlett and Liv Dawson. But yeah, it was both of I think both of them were having a bit of a relationship drama at the time, which is kind of how it translates. But yeah, it's a lot of people say that, to be fair. Like, most people say that like sort of standout track, and obviously the same with the lyrics. Like, that's definitely a few people hit home with that one.
Yeah,
I think everyone's had some sort of. It's relatable in many ways. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's had some sort of relationship drama.
Yes.
But
just love it. It just worked. And then slightly after that, obviously COVID hit, and you started converting your attic. What brought that about?
I mean,
I've seen the behind the scenes stuff, so that's why I'm laughing.
So this is when, like, obviously live streaming was the thing.
Yeah.
And I thought I've got a space. I'm no good at DIY, but I'll give it a go. And I thought I'll just convert the loft into a studio, like a streaming studio. But I've got no building experience, like at all, like zero. The first week I put my foot through the floor and almost like fell through the whole ceiling. But yeah, it was a bit of a lockdown project, really. It gave me something to do in lockdown. Obviously, we couldn't, like, every event was off.
Yeah.
Touring cancelled, every show in the bin at that time. But yeah, that was it gave me like a few months to focus on some building stuff and get it running. But
the live
it was a labour
stuff,
of love. Like.
Yeah.
Without the live streaming stuff, I think I would have gone insane. That definitely kept us sane. We did a lot of stuff with LoveJuice as well, and yeah, I mean, there really wasn't. The only good thing was during that time in the UK, the weather was amazing. Yeah. So that helped. But other than making music and doing live streams, yeah, there was nothing else to do.
With the weather that good, it meant it was hot in the loft, though.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. I done a 12-hour stint in there for like a live stream birthday fundraising thing, and it's probably the hottest I've ever been. Like, even compared to coming here in the summer, it was like. It was like being in a sauna for 12 hours straight. Like, you can watch it on YouTube. You can just watch me like deteriorate over like a 12-hour period. Like I started looking worse and worse and worse towards the end of it. But yeah, it was like live streaming from like a steam room.
Brilliant. Yeah, well, not so brilliant. You end up sweaty, but you burn some calories.
Yeah, say he's going gym because the gym was closed. So
it was So where did you do your streams from then, George? Home as well, or do you have a setup?
Do you know what? We kind of nicked the keys to a few venues. Yeah. Because obviously nightclubs were closed, so we went into the nightclub, set up as if we set the stage up as if we were doing a club show, and did the live stream from there. So it was kind of like it turned into LoveJuice Live, and then later on it turned into LoveJuice Radio, which me and him were presenting every week.
Wicked.
We committed to it. What was it? 2-3 hours a week, and we were doing live giveaways and stuff like that. But do you know what? Like at the time, it felt like the most tiring thing to do. And like every Thursday, whenever it was, I can't remember when it was now, to drive into London and do that. But it massively helped us connect with the audience the whole time.
Yeah.
When the first party came back, it was just like boom. So,
as if it didn't stop.
As if nothing changed.
Just carried on. Yeah.
I was going to say, and the other good thing is it was an opportunity to educate the audience on new music when there was nowhere else to hear it as well, which is important to us.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
really nice.
It was a good time. I mean, it wasn't a good time, but I remember it fondly.
Yeah, well, which is good. Make the most out of the situation. So let's talk about Ain't Nobody Else. How did the collab come about?
Do you know what? He'd already been producing, I think, about 3 or 4 years by the time I came to him with the idea. And I'd just been in the studio with him. I'm probably on my laptop, like doing whatever, just looking over his shoulder while he's making beats. And then I got, so obviously I've always been a DJ. I got home and I kind of thought about a vocal and remembered that I had a cappella. And basically went to him and said, I really think this would work. We found out who the singer was, put something together. She signed it off, which was amazing, to be honest with you. Like my first ever record, that was. Yeah. And she had no divine right to really sign it off, but she signed it off. And yeah, we put it out there, kind of not really expecting anything to happen. It was the first release for LoveJuice Records as well, so it's quite a big moment.
Yeah, massive.
I didn't really know what I was doing. He had some experience. And then it just blew up on Spotify, to be honest with you, like immediately. And it was kind of like, oh, this is easy. And
we wish it wasn't that easy again, really, but yeah.
And then I remember we hadn't done an event in London for a few months. We were doing like regional stuff. Then we did this big party back, and I remember dropping it, and I didn't even plan my set. I remember dropping it, and the whole audience just singing every word, and I was like, all right, yeah, this is a bit of an anthem.
What a moment.
So yeah, for the first record on the label as well, it's iconic for us. So yeah.
Massive congrats there. Now, Sammy, the next collab then, round 2, No Good For Me. Yeah. How did that go about then?
So it must have been, 2-3 years in between them? Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, No Good For Me was only last year though, wasn't it? Yeah, so it must have been 4 years in between.
4 years in between, yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're not counting a certain 2-year period in between that though.
Yeah.
We've deleted that one. But yeah, it was... It just kind of felt right to come back and do something together. But obviously, both of us have got like our own things going on with different labels and whatnot. But it kind of felt right to come back and do something on LoveJuice together. But yeah, same thing again. Really, with he's a master of finding vocal stuff. No, I actually I don't know how he finds time for it, but yeah, he found that vocal and was like, "No, this is a good one. Let's do this." But yeah, same thing again. Really, like it come together so quick. Where normally on projects I'm like 25 versions in, this was like 3 or 4.
Just flowed.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I think where we play together a lot, obviously, or even if it's not at LoveJuice, we're on some similar shows, so we just get each other's sound. So
that's
pretty quick.
Where I was going to come to next, because this weekend you're playing back to back.
We are,
right?
We are.
Yeah.
And you've done quite a few back to backs. Is that right?
Yeah, we did one on the weekend in London for Halloween. What's the other big back to back we've done? I'm trying to think now.
Done a few festivals back to back.
Oh yeah. We have.
So when you do that, do you plan together, or you just go solely prep yourself, get your own USBs, and then just combine music, see what happens?
We completely made it up as we went along.
Yeah. never
spent
once.
hours planning it. No, we just went and done it. But it worked though. It's not. I feel there's not many back to backs I could do where I wouldn't go to them first and sort of be like, what are we gonna do? Like, should we plan this? But now we just vibed it and went with it. But it tends to work.
Yeah, and it's a different energy as well, isn't it? Spontaneous and just goes. So over the years, you've been together so long, doing lots of stuff together. Has there been an embarrassing moment for either of you that's really stood out?
I don't know if this one's not for radio. This one, I don't think. Cut.
Yeah, nah.
Nothing at all. Not even.
I mean, he don't really like drink or anything like that.
Right.
So
I'm not very good at drinking, so I choose not to.
So any embarrassing stories is mainly gonna be him saving me from a night out, basically. So yeah,
love it. Well, tomorrow, can we expect any unreleased music to drop?
We have a good unreleased one at the moment, which a few people are asking for. It's a track called Smile, which we're close to getting some news on. So yes, it's a record between myself, George, and a guy called Goody from the UK. It's a big sample, so it's taken a long time to get over the line. But yeah, it's close to getting some news on that one. So yeah, expect a bit of that at P7 tomorrow for Above.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great laugh. What a lineup as well.
Yeah, it's really cool because like we've literally all just seen each other at ADE and stuff.
Oh yeah, of course.
And like everyone was like, "Oh, see you in Dubai," and I was kind of like, "Oh yeah, we're on the same thing." So
what a feeling as well. It's like bands.
And Madge plays for us quite a lot for LoveJuice back home as well. So it's going to be family vibes. He knows Hayley super well, so it should be a lot of fun tomorrow.
Yeah, it's good. I can't wait for it, honestly. Now, Sammy, you've had a Beatport Tech House #1 with Martin Ikin.
Have I? Yeah, I have. Yeah.
back to funk. How was that experience?
Oh, you know what? It was in lockdown as well, which was. I mean, I wish it wasn't in lockdown, if that makes any sense. With that record, we had that record lined up on LoveJuice, and then the rest of the world started shutting down, and we kind of thought, oh, do we not release this because you can kind of see COVID just come in and you can see clubs closing worldwide, and we had all this sort of support lined up and big radio campaign, big club campaign, all this sort of PR lined up, and we kind of thought, oh, if this this is a club record. I mean, this isn't like a top line record or more of more of a commercial thing. This is a club plan. Yeah. So we kind of thought did we need club for it to go anywhere? But we were so far invested into sort of getting this record out. The whole thing had been scheduled for months, and then obviously COVID was creeping along. Even we all sat down and thought, do we just pull this? Do we just wait? And I'm on Google Googling how long does the pandemic last? I was thinking could be 2 years. But yeah, it was either going to be wait for it there, wait and just stop. And I think at that point it probably never would have come out. So I think we've done the right thing with just cracking on with Martin and doing it. And then from trying to get club plays from people before, it went to trying to get live stream plays. So we had Claptone was playing it, Diplo was playing it. It become really competitive to get things on live streams, and certain people on live streams were doing crazy numbers. So it was
big audiences. It
was probably bigger audiences than what they would have been playing to in clubs, really, if at the time. A Diplo live stream's got 200,000 watching it at one point. It was but yeah, it was. It kind of built through COVID and peaked through COVID, but it was at its peak when it was #1. Every live stream was playing it, but obviously no club. But then obviously the same thing going when clubs finally did reopen and actually got a chance to play it in clubs. Before that, I think I played it once, ever in a club.
Wow.
Not even the finished version, just a complete test, Studio Master demo level. I've played it once,
17.
Version, whatever it was. Just give that a spin once, and we kind of thought is it finished? Is it because you never got a chance to sort of road test it in clubs? But yeah, I'm glad we went with it. It was it could have been one of them tunes which never come out. It could have been just it could have been in the bin with COVID, and that could have been it.
You got to go for it.
Yeah, just went for it. Yeah, just crack on. A lot of music come out in that time, which I think got a lot of club music, especially that got forgotten as well. There's a lot of really good music in that time that never got the club play it deserved. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure.
At the same time, it never got rinsed in clubs, so you never got sick of it.
Yeah,
which is why I feel like I can still play it now. Yeah, and I feel like I haven't got to the point where everyone goes, "Oh, he's going to play that again." They're not bored of it. Do you know what I mean? But
it was a big coup though, because Martin was the #1 tech house artist on Beatport at the time as well.
Yeah.
So it was like when we were and ahhing, and by the way, there was a big team involved in this project. Like we'd really planned it, and it was kind of like, no, it's got to go. It's got to go. And the thing is, with house, as you know, like the sound changes really quickly.
Yeah.
So like in London during that time, it was kind of tech house and it was minimal, and everyone was kind of really into like the Piv sound with Chris Dusty and stuff. And then when we came out of lockdown, that wasn't as popular. So yeah,
it worked.
Yeah,
it absolutely worked.
Yeah.
Got to number one on Beatport, which is awesome. Now, Sammy, you sound sort of gone from talking like Friends, nice, happy sort of radio tune, to the more tech house route. Are you moving towards the tech house way, or?
It's a hard one. That I think I tried to make music that I like, but then I like everything.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a hard one. Like if I sit down and think, what am I going to make? Like I think at the time, like I was doing some more commercial stuff, but I still feel like now and again I could dip my foot into that world and do a more commercial record. I do enjoy doing writing sessions and stuff like that. So I don't want to sort of like completely not do that. But I think that like more consistent club releases, got loads of that lined up. But then I've still got some more commercial stuff that I want to see out at some point. You know what I mean?
Oh, we can't wait. Definitely send it across to us.
We'll do, man.
So, George, for tomorrow night, have you got any? Do you have any go-to sort of tracks you're going to drop at peak time?
Yeah, I do. To be honest,
He's planned it.
Yeah,
He's planned it.
I haven't. That's a lie. It's a lie. I think I've become, over the last 18 months, I've become quite known as someone that has exclusive edits,
right?
Of records. So yeah, I definitely think I'll be spinning some of those tomorrow. I've got a new track coming out next Friday on LoveJuice called Every Night, so I'll be dropping that.
Brilliant.
I've heard a lot about Above at P7, so I know Gary's Nation. My friend runs Gary's Nation. I know they did a show there last week or the week before, so yeah, it should be a lot of fun down there.
They're doing bits at the moment. It's wicked.
Yeah, wicked.
Brings in the crowd as well, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. Seeing
I've not
how
been
it
to this
goes.
venue as well. I'm excited. So I've seen some good things.
I'm hearing there's aircon in the car park, so yeah, that's a big thing.
Which you need over here. Not like when you left the UK. Freezing, man. Honestly, now I don't want to keep you guys for too long. So before we go, I'll ask you both the question as well. Any advice for up and coming producers, and DJs as well, producers and DJs? Sammy,
I think if you think you're an up and coming DJ, you're also an up and coming producer. Like I think it's not. There was a time, and there are still people who are just DJs, but I think currently you need to be both.
Yeah.
So as you get better at DJing, like get on the production thing at the same time. Like I think I was late to that party. Like I was DJing for probably 10 years before I even tried to make a song, which was probably the worst song in the world. But I think at this, like, if you're starting now, this is harder, really. You got to learn both. But yeah, like you have to get on the production like as soon as possible. Like even if you're terrible at it, like you're going to be terrible for a while. Everyone's terrible for a while, really, on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think get on the production early. I think it's to stand out as a DJ. Like you need the songs to go with it.
Yeah.
Like you could be the best DJ in the world, but the songs are going to make you stand out.
Yeah.
It's also about it takes time, but finding your sound as well, so you become recognised for that sound. But I think the biggest thing I would say to people, and I've not always been the best at it myself, but it's networking.
Yeah.
Me and Sammy were together at ADE a couple of weeks back, and a young guy who's up and coming, probably the youngest guy in the room. We've got like elite agents, managers, producers, everyone's there, and he just like rolled up to us with the most confidence, 18 years old, and was like, I know all about your music, I know all about your event. And we were just kind of blown away by his confidence, and he was like, I've got this coming up, and like we're actually considering him now for an up and coming show. So
Wicked.
definitely networking
Massive, yeah.
is a big thing.
Confidence, it seems, as well.
Confidence,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming
Nice
through.
one.
Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure, and can't wait for tomorrow night.
Mate, I can't wait for it.
See you there, see
Above
everyone there.
at P7 Arena.